Hey Gemini, what's up gang? I hope everybody is doing well. So we're gonna go ahead and do a general message for you guys, what you need to know. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and stick around. Now Gemini, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box because that's gonna have any information that you would need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe your tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Okay, Gemini. If you are returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope that you're doing what's best for you. Thank you guys for all the love, all the support. Thank you for all that you do. Seriously, Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and get into this. We do have crab energy that wanted to show up. Maybe you're feeling a little crabby. Maybe you're feeling a little snappy, okay? I don't know, but there is this energy with the crab of Cancerian energy, so that could be significant. Following your intuition. There is a sense of also like protectiveness, okay? Like maybe not wanting to go at something head to head, like maybe not wanting to directly confront something. With the crab energy, they kind of shift to side and kind of sidestep situations. You may be trying to avoid something, Gemini. You might be trying to avoid a disaster or avoid something that you feel like might be dangerous to your sense of security, okay? There could be something that you might feel is disruptive. With the crab energy, it is about protecting, you know, your home space, your heart space, the things that you find very close and precious to you. Some of you might have been closed off for a long time and now there's a need to open up, and that's making you feel apprehensive, Gemini. That is what I'm kind of getting. Let's pull from the Moonology deck and see what we got though. What's going on for Gemini Spirit? What does Gemini need to know currently? Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, that's way too many. We're not gonna take that. What do we have for Gemini? What does Gemini need to know, Spirit? What is What does Gemini need to know? Oh my gosh. Okay, what does Gemini need to know? There we go. We have your dreams need a practical plan with meditate and contemplate. So there is this energy of having big dreams, Gemini. Like you want to accomplish something, you want to complete something, you want to bring something into the reality, into fruition. Taurus energy, so something around April could be significant. April, May, you could really be trying to manifest something by then. I feel like Spirit is saying this is feasible, whatever this is, like it's feasible for you to either have it or to have some kind of progress when it comes to it by April/May. Like yes, your dreams can come into fruition, or you could have made some kind of progress with your dreams by then, whatever this is in regards to. But it does talk about you needing to have a practical plan for this, meaning I'm getting the Two of Wands energy in my mind's eye, so meaning that you need to really plan ahead, you need to get organized, you need to have a list of things you need to complete, what you need to focus on to make something happen. That's what I'm getting. Meditate and contemplate on the bottom of the deck, new moon in Pisces. I mean, it's really kind of echoing that energy here. Like it is, there's a period of reflection that needs to take place. It's almost like now that you've kind of discovered something, or discovered that you have a dream, or that you have a goal, it feels like it's a newer one, Gemini. I mean, I feel like you already had goals and dreams and things like that, but there's something new with this Taurus energy. It's making me think of spring, and as today, when I'm filming, is the first day of spring, it's giving me that energy. Like you have a new dream, a new goal that's ahead of you. Something that you could be stubborn in regards to, or there's stubbornness around this with this Taurus energy. Like you are going to have to step out of your comfort zone, compromise, things that maybe makes you feel a little bit apprehensive. Again, with that crab energy, I'm picking up apprehensiveness, a little bit of like grumpiness, or like, you know, I don't know. But with this meditate and contemplate, it really does feel like that's what Spirit is asking you to do at this portion of it. Like you've discovered this, now meditate, contemplate on it, spend some time reflecting, which is possibly the energy that you're in right now, Gemini, in this energy of reflecting before you act. For some reason, they're drawing me to my carnelian stone that I have right here. So you could really be trying to manifest some kind of action in regards to this. Spirit is again saying that you need to take time to meditate, contemplate, allow yourself to flow with this, allow this idea to flow around in your head, in your spirit for a second before you actually land on something. For some of you with that Pisces energy too, meditate, contemplate. Some of you have been going around an issue. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I'm getting like the fish and they're swimming around something. Like they're never actually going head on directly at it, which literally makes a lot of sense for what I was already saying about the crab energy. So yes, that is just confirmation here that I, for some reason, didn't get until I said it out loud. There's this energy here of you really avoiding directly confronting something. It feels like you're more like, how can I go around this? Yes, a personal issue reaches resolution with adjustments are required on the bottom of the deck. That's that energy, like, how can I adjust this situation? Too many. How can I adjust this situation where this will work in my favor? Show the world with the real you with luck is on your side coming out. This is saying that Spirit is basically backing you in your endeavors, and something is going to turn out better than what you're thinking. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. Like, some of you might feel like there's a big task ahead of you with this Taurus energy. There's something about the bull that makes me feel like there's something that you're going to have to use your strength in regards to, maybe even some brute force at sometimes. Like, it just feels like there's something that's going to take a lot of work, okay? Make sure that you're not, I've never seen this before, guys, on this card. I have never, ever, ever seen this, but I'm actually seeing this. See how the Taurus actually looks like he's like expelling hot air, basically. He's breaking wind from the back. Doesn't that look like that? I've never noticed that before. I'm almost getting like, make sure you're not all talk and no action. Like, make sure you're not just blowing hot air. Like, that's kind of the energy I'm really getting off of that, Gemini. Like, Spirit's trying to say, like, make sure that you're really putting some kind of practical energy behind whatever your dreams are. It's not enough to be like, I want to be popular, or I want to be famous, or I want recognition, or I want to climb the ladder, or I want to own my own home, or I want to start my business, or I want to write a book, right? Or I want to finally sell some of my artwork. I want to create my own tarot deck. Right? I mean, I want to open up my own studio, whatever it is. I want to become a choreographer, I'm getting for somebody. Like, there's this energy of like wanting to do something, but are you putting in the practical steps? And for those of you that are, I'm not trying to lecture you. I just feel like that energy is important for somebody out here to hear. Because there is this energy of blowing hot air or something like that when you really do need to get down to brass tacks. That's for somebody. Okay, especially if you've been swimming around the situation, sidestepping the situation with the crab energy, nothing will come of the situation. Now, for some of you, this is talking about your anxiety and your fears with the void of course moon. Some of you are really scared that you're going to put all this effort in, or that you have been putting all this effort in, and it is almost like blowing hot air, like nothing's happening. You're feeling that way, okay? Like nothing is coming of this situation. I feel like that is actually your fears that are talking to you. The reality of the situation is the energy is gaining momentum. Thank you for the confirmation, Spirit, right on time as usual. You know what I mean? Spirit be coming through with them gems. I'm just telling you, like, that's what I love about tarot, about oracle, about this form of divination, is it's instant gratification, which, yes, us Geminis, we do like instant gratification. And I feel like there's this energy that we're learning how to be patient, especially in this lifetime. Like, I do, I feel that way. We're learning how to be patient. We're learning how to flow, how to surrender more, how to not be so attached to an outcome is kind of the energy that I'm getting. We are learning to look at the bigger picture here, Gemini, and there is that energy with the bow, Sagittarian energy, full moon in Sagittarius, full moon in Taurus, a lot of full moon energy, Gemini. But, okay, I'm pretty sure the full moon in Sagittarius is Gemini season 2. That's when we have the full moon in Sagittarius, so that could be very significant for you. But anyways, I am getting with this energy, like I was just saying, sometimes you have to be brought back before you can actually be sprung forward. And I always get that message with the bow of being brought back before you can be shot forward. Before you're going to see that progression, there might be this energy of stagnation, lack. You might even feel like you take a couple steps back or you stumble. There might be a lesson that Spirit brings you back to for you to learn. But this is all for your actual forward movement, okay? It's time to take action. New moon in Aries on the bottom of the deck. Emotions are running high. This is a manifestation card for me when I see this, because a lot of us do manifest out of our emotion. There's several ways to manifest, okay? But one of the ways that we can is out of our emotion. And I get that, okay? For some of you, they're giving me like a hurricane energy. So for some of you, there's been a lot of turbulent thoughts, turbulent emotions that have been swirling around, that have been kind of getting manifested, okay? So being very cognizant of what emotions you're feeling and how you're putting that out into the universe. But you are manifesting right now with that emotions running high, and it's time to take action. I feel like Spirit does want to kind of, say don't act out of emotion. But if you do, make sure it's like Because I almost feel like Spirit does want you to act out of emotion, but also be cognizant of whether that's a productive motion or not. I don't feel like there's a such thing as a bad emotion versus a good emotion. There's just what's productive at the moment and what's not. And all emotions can be productive with the right situation, in the right circumstances. Okay? So I hope that's making sense, Gemini. There's something about your confidence and really needing to focus on all that you've already achieved to kind of almost ego boost you into all that you can achieve, because you have a lot ahead of you. You haven't really even touched near the top of what you're going to do in your life, or how much you're going to see, how much you're going to evolve, how much you're going to grow. There's almost this energy of needing to make sure that you're releasing what you need to. Make sure you're not holding on to stagnant energy, thinking like, oh my gosh, this is all that I have. This is all that I could ever be. Like, no, you have so much more ahead of you. And I do feel like Spirit wants you to rest, wants you to relax, wants you to take a moment. Oh, too many. But don't let pride get in your way with the emotions are running high. Or was that, I don't know. I thought that was emotions running high, but actually they showed me a flash of the surrender to the divine card. So that might have been that. Like, don't let pride get in your way. Surrender to the divine. Allow things to kind of flow the way that they're going to flow. Okay, one more for Gemini. One more from this deck. Full moon in Pisces, 3 full moons in a row, Gemini. I'm really getting this energy of cycles coming to a completion here. Cycles in regards to, again, the physicality of something. Like, how much actual physical energy am I putting into promoting something and growing something versus the emotional? There is a balance that's being asked here of you, Gemini. There is something you're being asked to look at the bigger picture in regards to. You're being asked to balance your spirituality and practicality with the full moon in Pisces as you try to swim around the whatever this is, right? I'm getting that energy very strongly here in the middle. I've been wanting to draw on these cards recently, and I've been trying to avoid doing that because sometimes I do like to draw on my decks, my own little channeled messages and stuff that I get, but I'm seeing like a swirl in the middle here, like a spiral. There's almost this energy of not letting yourself get carried away, but also letting yourself flow at the same time. There is the balance that is required here. Gemini, I'm getting that very strongly. Look at this. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon and Libra on the bottom of the deck. And what do we see here? A motherfucking scale. Okay, talking about balance. Yes, expect powerful change. You can expect powerful change. And with that win-win outcome as forecast, you can expect things to work out better than what you thought. There could be this sense of like maybe having to compromise, as I had said at some point in this reading, needing to compromise, needing to work with others. Maybe you have to let somebody else take the glory or the guts or whatever for a second. But I get this energy of it's still going to work out for you. Like, it's going to be a win-win on both sides. So you win some, you lose some. It's that kind of energy, but you're still winning some. And the ones that you are winning, like, it's significant for you. Your hard work is paying off here. You are very close to achieving your goal. Spirit wanting to echo that. Let's get into some tarot here. 13 minutes in. Gemini, please. Gemini, Spirit. Your dreams, they need a practical plan. What is this in regards to for Gemini? We have the 3 of Swords coming out. You're stressing, right? You're stressing about something. Empress, you could be having birthing pains right now, Gemini. You've been creating something. It doesn't mean you're actually pregnant. Some of you guys are actually pregnant. There could be this energy, and this is not for everybody, but if you're pregnant, you've been pregnant before, you've had kids before, or the doctor is telling you that there is something medically, like you need to be in a hospital when you have this baby, but you really want to be like at home or in a bathtub somewhere, or even on the beach. I'm getting for somebody, you wanting to have birth on the beach. Like, I get it. Like, you really, like, I understand, okay? Like, I do, but your dreams need a practical plan. Like, there's some kind of energy about that with you birthing something into this reality, and it's like you have to do this in a certain way, and you're really not wanting to do it in the way that it's being presented towards you. Okay, so for instance, this is that energy of, this is just an example. So if I'm sorry if you can't relate, or this is way off base and it's not what it, but this is just an example. Just read the energy of the situation I'm giving you. So you've been studying really hard on, having home births, and you're really excited about it, and you've been making sure everything's prepared, everything's ready, and your doctor comes in and they're like, well, actually you have this rare whatever, where if we give birth and the placenta or something detaches from something, that's the kind of energy they're giving me. So there might actually be an actual medical thing, but that's what they're giving me. Like, something could become detached during birth. resisting the urge to say something smart right after that, like, duh. But something could become like detached that's important, Gemini, and they need to be able to take care of that problem medically, like right away. So it could be like a life or death for you or the baby. And like, if you're not at a hospital where they can't immediately jump into this and take care of it, then a life could be lost. Okay? It's like that kind of energy. So this really puts a foil in your plans, because it's like you had this dream here. You had this with this Tauran energy, this Venus energy. You had this like very whimsical, romantical dream and idealization of how this was going to work out for you, Gemini. And now the reality is sinking in that that's not actually how it's going to go, or there's needs to be a tweak or something critical. Okay, the critical part being like, I know I have to have this baby, but it's critical that I have the baby at home or in front of a wave or something from the beach. I don't know, guys. At sunset, facing to the east on the beach or some shit. Somebody is really like particular about where they give birth or how something is brought into fruition or how something is created. And the fact that it's not happening the way that they envisioned it, it's causing them a lot of stress. It's causing them these birthing pains. Because that is how it is when you have a baby sometimes. And this example has been getting brought up a lot with giving birth. And I can only assume because it's symbolic of the fact that everybody is creating right now. Everybody is manifesting something into the reality, and they're giving me birth because it's just a very straight to the point kind of example here that I feel like a lot of people, male or female, can relate to. Like, even if you've been the dad in the hospital, you've seen some shit go awry, or I'm sure like some of you have seen, like, or even if you've helped animals give birth or something, there's like, you know how fragile that experience is. You know how risky and dangerous that actual experience of giving birth is. And things can go wrong last minute, right? Just no matter how much you've prepared, no matter how much you have planned and studied this out, things can go wrong. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting. You're stressing about that. Whew, that was a mouthful, Gemini. Sorry. I just had to get all that out. I had to get all that out. That was like a mouthful. But anyways, yeah, you want to birth your little, maybe some of you guys are about to have a baby in Taurus season, because I just saw the Page of Pentacles. And you're like, damn it, I wanted to have a birth on a beach. I don't know. There's something about that for somebody. Okay, let's see. The dreams need a practical plan, though, and I feel like that's what's stressing you out. Like, it can't come in the ideal way that you want it to come. Some of you feel like you need to take a risk or something, and that's not ideal. Like, some of you, this is what's crazy, is it's almost like a mirroring effect or an oxymoron or something like that. I'm kind of getting that with this balance of spirituality and practicality, this this water energy versus this earth energy, which is basically echoing the same phrase, just in different ways. It's saying the same thing. That's what's so crazy about this. There's a mirroring in this reading. And I almost get the energy here, Gemini, like for some of you, you're being asked to balance the spirituality or practicality, or your dreams need a practical plan. And it's like the practical plan is to just give it a go. Like, that's actually the practical, like that's actually what's logical, is that there is nothing logical about this, and you have to just kind of fall into it. You have to trust. That's for some of you. I feel like you're going to know, Gemini, for your specific situation, which end of the fucking scale you end up on that one. Some of you guys, it's like you want to be able to fall into this blindfolded, not really, just let it happen. And that spirit saying, no, honey, actually, no, that's not how it's supposed to happen. For others of you, you don't want that. You want all the answers. You want all the clarity. You really don't want to trust anything. You kind of just want to see every little detail of this planned out. And spirit's like, nah. You're going to actually have to fall into this and trust this. So take it as it resonates, please. As usual. But regardless of whatever that situation is and however the cookie crumbles for you, Gemini, it is remaining the same, that you are being offered some kind of seed to be planted. Yes, thank you, Spirit. You are being offered some kind of new beginning here, some abundant new opportunity. And isn't that crazy how we just saw the Ace of Cups, water energy, and the Ace of Pentacles, earth energy. There is like this energy of whimsical yet logical with this. There is an energy of risk yet very much methodical. Like there's both sides of the coin here. That's what I'm saying, Gemini. That's why you have to balance yourself, because the situation very much calls for it. It has two sides of the coin for you. Okay, look at the bigger picture. Why is this here for Gemini, please? Look at the bigger picture. You're being guided towards something. And you know what else I'm getting with this temperance energy? Which is so fucking funny. Isn't that funny? The Temperance energy, Sagittarius is on top of the full moon in Sagittarius. Wow. So for some of you guys, I'm getting the energy of beginning a journey around April, spring, April, May is what I'm getting. Truly beginning a journey. And then by Sagittarius season, by November, and I know this is like very much future predictive, but that's what I'm getting. So take it as it resonates. By Sagittarian season, by November, something actually being alchemized. Like something really completing to the point of where it's in this reality. It's something you're living. It's not just a dream that you have. It's actually a reality. That's for somebody. I'm getting that energy very strongly. But anyways, what's so funny about this Temperance energy is that is what's happening here. You're being asked to look at the bigger picture. And what is the bigger picture here? That you are alchemizing, that you are in the state of manifestation. You are in this energy, the status of it's creating itself. It's being created. There's nothing set in stone about this. There's nothing that's truly certain about this yet. You're still creating this energy. And that's what Spirit's asking you to look at right now. So don't get too attached to outcomes. Don't get too attached to the progression, the steps, the way something needs to go. There's almost this energy of allowing yourself to kind of create this in a very organic space, Gemini, because you are the sun energy on the bottom of the deck. Leo season, we already know is going to be very significant. It's always significant for Geminis, but especially in this situation with you expanding yourself and allowing yourself to have this new beginning that's in your life. Ace of Swords coming out for balancing spirituality and practicality. With the Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck, that's 2 swords, and there could have been this energy of feeling blocked with that 2 swords for sure. There's something that's opening up here, and it's like another thing. Isn't this so funny? I was just saying there's like a spiral that I'm seeing in the middle of these fish, and then look, so crazy. But that's what I'm getting here. It's almost like you're going down the rabbit hole when it comes to something, and you're gaining clarity because of it, Gemini. Balancing spirituality and practicality, there is some kind of essential truth, and I'm going to pull another card on that, but there's some kind of essential truth that you're needing to see in regards to something. What is this? With the eyes closed, it's like you might not be seeing something with your physical eyes, but you're feeling it inside. You are getting some kind of download with this energy too, with this crow that's above her. I feel like Spirit is giving you some kind of message here. We have the Knight of Pentacles. What is this Ace of Swords? The Page of Swords coming back down. Yeah, you're getting some kind of download of information from Spirit. I feel like this is also saying to research, to that you can kind of create this pace for yourself as you go, Gemini. Like you can let this happen organically, but you can also create the pace. Like see how he's walking at his pace. He's not allowing the horse to carry him. He's setting the tone. He's setting the pace. He's putting in his own physical work and action. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay. His information, his intuition is guiding him. He possibly has gathered some kind of clarity or information too with this Page of Swords that helps the journey. Like I'm almost getting like a map, like he has the way forward. That could be what's being unlocked inside. But what I'm getting here is even though he's setting the pace, it's actually like something is falling away very naturally and he's not even noticing it. So you're almost creating progress without even noticing it, Gemini. And that's why you almost have to kind of try to stay aware of it at the same time. I hope that's making sense and I hope that I'm not confusing you. I really do. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some advice or just general additional messages for Gemini on this, please. Advice, please. Advice for Gemini. We have the Black Walnut coming out, discernment and self-worth. Yeah. For some of you, there is that energy where you're using your discernment in a situation, but also at the same time, there's a stubbornness about it. Like you want things to go a certain way. Make sure that you're making space or decisions out of a space of self-worth too, okay? We have the Crow, dashed hopes and in mourning, Gemini. We're coming down right on top of that, looking at the bigger picture. Wasn't that so what I was getting for somebody who really wanted to have birth give birth in a certain way? Like somebody really wanted to have this process happen in a certain way, or this creation to come into a fruition in a certain way, this relationship to begin / start or go the way that they always envisioned it. Like somebody really did have some kind of hope. And the way that this crow is looking up at the sky, it's almost like this energy of like, what happened? I thought we talked about this, right? There's something about knowing that you don't need all of that with this black walnut, this self-worth and discernment, like knowing that you don't need all that to make your dreams come true. Or that doesn't mean that whatever this isn't going to be just as epically beautiful as what you wanted in the first place, just because it's dressed up in a different package or it's not happening the way that you thought it would, right? There's a moment here of like introspection here and thinking about this and realizing that, you know, just because things aren't happening exactly the way that you would envision it or you would plan, Gemini, doesn't mean it's not worthy. Doesn't mean it's not the thing. Doesn't mean it's not the person. Doesn't mean it's not the legacy, right? Yeah. Healing and self-care, sassafras coming out. Some of you guys are definitely going to get the tea. You're going to get that information that you need that's going to help you move forward. And I also feel like you are healing too. You're healing like negative mindsets and things that would cause you to hold yourself back or be suspect of the good things that are coming to your life. I'm not going to keep this because it's already too much out on my board, but I don't know. Wild violet, right? Self-actualization and individuality. Okay. With the peacock, vanity and pride. Like, you might be having a moment here where you're just like, putting yourself into your own place for a second of Jessica, you need to chill, right? Gemini, you need to chill. It's that kind of energy that I'm really getting with that. Yeah, you're going through some kind of awakening and it might be a little bittersweet is kind of what I'm getting here, Gemini. Like you're seeing that things are not exactly going to pan out the way that you were hoping or that you wanted, but it is going to still be equally as beautiful. That's what I'm getting. Anyways, Gemini, I think that's been your reading and I do hope that it helps. I hope it resonates. I hope it does something. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.